Now, we're gonna ride rock bottom trails now. We're at the intersection of Kick 6 Short, Kick 6 Long, and Boy Scout on the road, which we're heading toward most of Uppers. We're gonna take what's called Grunt Hill and get on line 3 of rock bottom, ride it to the top, and then ride all of rock bottom coming down. This is Grunt Hill. It's a good little test for the kids and adults too. It's a little slick today, it just rained. Really slick actually. So to the right is rock bottom line 1. We'll ride it later. Rock bottom line 2, to right here. We're gonna go all the way to the top on line 3. On Strava, line 3 going up is called the lift. It's a great segment. Line 3 coming down is called Dale Senior. Right here, this little gap jump we built, you can only ride it coming down unless you're a pro, which I've seen them actually jump it going up, which is pretty incredible. So we're gonna keep going up. The lift segment, which is right bottom line 3. It's not too difficult of a climb, it's pretty gradual. I'm trying to take it easy so I don't breathe so bad on this audio. Coming back down line 3. It's one of my favorite downhills in the park. It's a lot of fun. It's a downhill you have to pedal, keep really good speed, but it's a lot of fun. Again, like all of our trails, you can ride it both ways. And it's used by hikers and trail runners. But we're lucky, for the most part, all the trail runners and hikers and mountain bikers understand proper etiquette, so it's not a whole lot of situations where people are rude. And it helps that we're in the South, which tends to have people that are a little bit more cordial. We'll turn to the right here. And we're climbing up to the tallest point in Chewacla. And they're building a new event center on the top field, which will provide us with some new bathrooms. And also an event area when we do more races in the park. And one of the things we lost in the building of the event center It's a few trees that were cut down to put a power line up, to take power up to the new event center. We were hoping they were gonna run the power up the road for a whole host of reasons. One of the main ones, so they didn't have to cut a swath right through the forest, but they didn't. Now we're getting to the top, rock bottom line 3. Let's go to Strava. This will be the segment, the lift. You can go right, it'll take you to high gravity trail, and then eventually Tiger Woods, and that'll be on another video. Now we're getting on rock bottom line 4. This is the very top trail on rock bottom. It's a fun little trail. Got a little technical section at the end. Other than that, it's pretty flat out. You can ride it both directions. Both directions are a lot of fun. You will tend to see more hikers on this section. So a lot of people can come up here and hike down to the falls from here. It's a little bit shorter hike, but it's a lot more of a hike down and especially back up than hiking around the lake the other way. So if you're really out of shape, I recommend parking in the first or second parking lot and hiking to your right and going all the way around the lake to get to the falls. You avoid that hard climb back out of the ravine from the falls. You can also go that way and see the other falls in the park. It's called Hidden Falls. And that is, unless you want to go wade across a creek, which is fine in the summer, but if it's cold, you don't want to wade across the creek, you may want to go around the lake. This trail is mostly slightly downhill. Got a little berm here, that turn. Double climb here, not a bad one. Little rock thing here. This fun little techie rock area all the way down. Right here, pretty simple. Just find your lines. Sharp turn to the left here at the end. That is the parking lot for the dual slalom parking lot. Has a little pavilion there. Now we're on what is called Fox Trail. It's the only one. There's 2 trails on rock bottom that are not a rock bottom line something. This is one of them. And right up here to the right is the start of our dual slalom, which you can see right there. Now, we're going to continue on and start the fun little fast section downhill of Fox Trail. To the right here, it's called Tall Bridge Trail. It's a fun trail. We'll do it another time. Fox Trail is another blue trail, but it's really somewhere between blue and green. A little bit of climbing, but not too bad. We're just kind of stepping down the hill now. Line 4 is the top. This is the second tier. And then you have rock bottom line 3. It takes you down toward the bottom, where you can take rock bottom line 2 and line 1 to complete the side of the hill to rock bottom. The other side of the hill has high gravity, Norba, Deer Rub, Pipe Dream, and low gravity. Also has what's called Jurassic Park, and then Tiger Woods. And all those will be on separate videos. Flattens out here. You can carry good speed. You're not worried about heavy breathing into the microphone of a camera. Here's the power line once again. If you look up to the left, there's the new event center they're building. These bathrooms will eventually be taken down, thank goodness, because they've been a smelly mess for a while now. Now, that's Fox Trail. Now we're going to start on line 3 going down, which is on Strava. It's called Dell Senior Segment. This is a lot of fun going downhill. You can really hit these corners hard. A lot harder than I'm doing today. Power line again. All these turns hold really well, especially today after a little rain. Our trails, for the most part, drain really well. We do have to close them sometimes, but it really takes a lot of rain for us to have to do that. But you can find our trail status on our website, which will be in the description of this video. The nice thing about the South is you can ride all year long. The not nice thing is for about 2.5 months, be prepared to be soaked entirely, every stitch of your clothing, in sweat within 30 minutes of starting a ride. But on a day like a day after a rain, temperature drops 10 degrees and it sure feels a whole lot better. But you'll still get sweaty. It's the price you pay to be able to ride all year long. And if you can keep riding through the hot summer months, the fog is here. It feels so good and you're in such good shape. And here's where you can go straight to hit the gap jump, turn right, and miss that. The gap jump is fairly simple with the right speed. The exit is right here. It's not too difficult. Pressure here on the roots. Now here's Tall Bridge Trail, and why it's called Tall Bridge. Takes you over this trail, goes down, spits you out down the bottom. So this down to the bottom of line 3. Now we're going to take a left on the line 2. Or you can go straight and get to line 1 or Grunt Hill and back to the road and the Stone Bridge. And now we're going to do Rock Bottom line 2. And right there on the left was the end of Tall Bridge Trail. This is the second to the bottom trail on Rock Bottom. Definitely consider this blue trail. Has some more advanced features that make it a little bit more challenging, but you don't have to hit them unless you just want to. There's a little rock slot you can hit to the right, or you can go to the left, skip it. Trail, a lot of fun both ways. Most tend to like it riding the way we're riding it now. Got a little pop up on a rock here. You don't have to hit that, you can go to the right. Rock garden here. You can go to the left or right here. So beautiful in this park. So lucky to have it, because it really is an anomaly in this area. Now the feature here on the right there coming back the other way, you can ride that. It's a lot of fun. Alabama has really blown up with mountain biking over the past 10 years. Even though it's in Columbus, I still consider it in this area. It's a great system called Standing Boy Trails, which I highly recommend. It's about 45 minutes from Chewacla. Then you can go up north to Birmingham. You have Oak Mountain State Park, which is amazing. Our friends Bump run that park. Lots of amazing trails. You have Tannehill, which is kind of run by Bump too. Lots of fun trails. That's going toward Tuscaloosa. You have Cahaba River trails, which are cool. Then you can go over to Anniston and do Coldwater Mountain, which is about 45 minutes outside of Birmingham, heading toward Atlanta. Here's the power line again. And then there's more trails. Nakalula trails in Gadsden, which are cool. And you have a couple trail systems up in Huntsville. And then going up to Chattanooga, you have 5 or 6 trail systems within an hour of downtown Chattanooga, which are amazing. And I highly recommend those. And I haven't got a chance to ride any of them yet, but this organization in Atlanta has been building mountain bike trails like crazy. And I've got to get up there and try their trails out. Need to do some weed eating here. We're still on line 2. We'll switch back here. Climbing. It's a good Strava segment for line 2 and line 1 combined. It's a lot of fun to try to get PRs on. Unfortunately, we hosted Marathon Nats a couple years in a row, a couple years back. So it's almost impossible to get the King of the Mountain, Queen of the Mountain, because all the pros took all those. Okay, so right here is the end of line 2, and the beginning of line 1. Little jump here, another jump, little berm, be a little loose, go down, little jump, a big tree root ball, or turn to the right, the falls are to the left there, a couple trails that take you down to there to hike. Ooh. So now we're on line 1, like I said before, and this trail has a lot of alternative lines to take. One of them's right here, and go to the right, and spit you out back there. Sharp turn to the right. This is so beautiful, this trail. The guys that built this did a great job using all the rock features. Oh, turn right here, down through the rock slide. You don't have to take that rock slide, you can go to the right. And here's your second alternative line. You can go right up there. Come down that rock, continue on straight, cross the power line again, You can go straight here, take a right on two different lines there. A little more challenging. More rock gardens here. A lot of rock on this trail section. Try not to breathe too hard on y'all. Now, you can go two different directions up here. You can go to the left or the right. I like going up the right. Drop a post down. Now you can go to the right or left here. Left is a little rock slot, which is a real challenge riding up. We'll come up on our last alternative. You can go to the right for the easy way, or get a little bit of speed, go to the left, pop it up, and ride up the rock. What's up, man?
How you doing?
Doing good? Well, the creek is over to the left. It goes down to the lake. It feeds the waterfall. The big waterfall, that is. Now, some rock, roots. A depression here. Climb here. Now you can take a right and go back up 3 to line 2. You can do straight and take you a little bit easier to line here to go back down to the stone bridge, and then we'll take Grunt Hill down and back to the stone bridge. Watch for cars here. They're supposed to go slow, and they usually do, but now we're back at the stone bridge, and that is pretty much all, except for one trail of rock bottom. But that's a fun way to ride it. We can go up 3, do 4, Fox, 2, and 1. Hope you enjoy.